11.7 is evaluating piecewise functions graphically and algebraically. Piecewise functions are exactly what they sound like. They're literally pieces of different functions that have restricted domains. So they only go for parts of the way. You can tell this is part of maybe a parabola and that stops, and there's a linear, and then there's also a point on here. But for it to be a function, it has to pass the vertical line test. And so if I were to drag or slide my pen vertically across this graph, there should at all times be no more than 1 point on each line. Well, here at -1, it looks like maybe 2 points are there, but because this is an open circle, that's okay. There's really only 1 point up here at the y is 3. And so I could keep going, keep going. So that's important to know that open circles don't really count as a value. So they want us to graphically just evaluate. Find f of -4. So I would come to my graph, find where x is -4, and then find that y value, which looks like 5. F at -1. We just talked about here that this is not a point. It's a hole. So it does not count as having a y value there. We would want to say our y value is 3. F of 3 would be when x is 3. We've got a point here at -4. And then f of 6, we don't have anything, so we would say it's undefined. Doesn't even exist. Can't give it a number. All right, and then one more of those. If x were -8, that would be the point at y is 10. And then at -1, we've got open circle, closed circle is what we want. So that would be at -4. If we didn't have a graph and they wanted us to do it algebraically, we have to figure out which of these domains is the one that's going to include this value. And so when x is -4, I want to pick when x could be -4. So on this one it says x value is less than or equal to -4. That's the one I want to use. I don't want to use this one when x values are greater than -4, because that means that I've got an open circle from -4 to or closed on that. But let's say it goes like that, and then I want one that's here doing something else, right? I don't want this one that does not include -4. I want the piece that does have it. And this one's for the ones that are all greater than -1. So I know it's not that one. So then my job is just to plug in -4 plus 7, quantity squared plus 6. Do your exponent first, or you're adding first. -4 plus 7 is 3. 3 squared is 9, but times the negative makes it -9, plus 6 would be -3. So on a graph, if I were to plot these pieces when x is -4, this piece here would be having a point when y is -3. Okay, when f is -1, is that going to be in the range of x values smaller than -3? No, -1 is not smaller than -3. -1 does not equal -3. -1 is a number that's less than or equal to 2 and greater than -3. So I want to pick this guy. So I would just plug in -1 for x, which would equal -2. And that's it.